Have you ever wanted to impress your friends with a rare skill that is safe, fun, and pretty easy to get the hang of? Then knife throwing is a perfect solution for you. You may be wondering, why would I want to knife throw when I can do any regular sport like baseball or soccer, any group sport in general? Well, my answer would be exactly regular sport. Knife throwing is unique. It takes time, effort, and concentration. You can do it in pretty much any weather and anywhere. Today I'm going to talk about the three things that it takes. Talk about 3 points about knife throwing, including how to choose your best knife, how to choose the best targets, and how to throw the actual knife. Here today I have a Smith & Wesson Bullseye knife throwing kit. A bad example of a throwing knife, a unbalanced kitchen knife, and a broken knife. First we're going to talk about your knife. What you want is a nice thick blade where the blade goes all the way to the end through the handle and out. You do not want it to be flexible. This is bad, so this is not a very good throwing knife. I particularly like these Smith & Wesson Bullseye knives, particularly the new ones, because the new ones, they're a lot better than the old ones. The old ones had a much larger circle in the middle, and although the circle is for both balance and weight, these take a lot of weight out, it did compromise the structure of the knife by quite a bit. So what they did is they shrunk this circle right here, which did add on a little bit of weight, but it compensated big time by adding so much structurability to it that it's so worth it. I also love these knives because they're readily available at Cabela's, Big 5, Dick's Sporting Goods, Bass Pro Shops, online such as Amazon, eBay, and any other online store or sports store that you can get a hold of. They're about $6.50 per piece. I would highly recommend them. They're very strong. They won't bend. They come in 3 packs for $20 or 6 packs for about $40. You can also shop deals and everything like that. So now you have your knife. Now, onto the target. Everybody needs a target to throw at. It's just one of those things that you need. I prefer a nice round of firewood, be it cedar, Douglas fir, or alder tree. However, you can also subsidize that by using a 2x4 or a 2x6 in the same woods, with the exception of cedar. Cedar has naturally straight grains, so what it's going to do is it's going to split. So use Douglas fir preferably, or a nice medium wood like that, and then staple them together on the back to where they're one structure, and to where they're straight up and down so that the blade can easily sink into them. Also, one target that's alright is cardboard. You can put a whole bunch of them together, except I highly don't recommend those, because the more you throw your knife at them, the more they will tear and they will just wear down pretty quickly. So I don't recommend those. Styrofoam is alright. It's pretty good for beginners, because even if you throw it hard enough, even if you don't get the point, the end will still go in because it's so soft. So it's great for beginners. However, if you want to become more skilled, it's not as good, because it'll pretty much accept almost any form of it. So you have that, and then plywood. Plywood is pretty good. It is a little bit harder, but it still works great. It was my very first object that I threw at, and it stuck, and so it's what I learned off of. So it's great. It'll last a long time, and so long as you hit it with a point, you're good to go. And now we have the actual knife throwing itself. You want to line yourself up parallel with your target so that your blade does not go in any other angle other than straight. You want to grip your blade by the pointed end, and then when throwing, you want to throw a lot like you do a baseball, except in baseball you go diagonally. So you want to keep it vertical and keep it straight, like such. You want to start up close and then go backward as you feel comfortable. And you don't want to add too much power to your blade, otherwise you will overthrow it, and overthrowing can get pretty tiring, especially once you lose a few blades behind there, behind your backstop or whatever you might have. And also, you don't want to have your tense body, okay? You want to keep loose because then that'll end up in overthrowing as well. So whenever you are throwing, you want to lead with your right leg if you are right-handed, and you want to lead with your left leg if you're left-handed. So then you step, keep it straight, go, and bring it down whenever you're ready. I hope you guys learned the proper throwing knife to pick, why throwing knives is so important, the best backstop for knife throwing, and of course how to throw a knife. Now I encourage you, go out with your parents' permission, buy some throwing knives, be safe at all times, make sure you don't have a busy street or anything like that, you have a nice backdrop behind you, and then impress your friends, get good at it, have fun. Failure is always the best teacher. Each and every time you make a mistake or fail, you learn from that mistake. And that's how you become great. Thank you for watching.